Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, today we're going to show you how to finish up your ceramic pieces. Uh, so I have a few tricks and tips for that. To start off, one, I recommend that you have a brush strictly for finishing your pieces. This way it has no paint stuck in your bristles or any of that sort of thing, because it will mess with your finishing. So that is one. And two, okay, we're going to push you down here. Get you stowing here. See what I'm doing. Move all my stuff out of the way. Okay. Now, what I have here, you can see that right, it's a tray. There's no special tray, nothing like that. It actually came from some kind of a food anyway. And I just, after we're done with it, I washed it out really well, dried it, everything else. I like these for my craft projects because when you're trying to coat a piece, you don't want your hands all in there sticky and all that fun stuff. So I recommend a tray. It sits on there and you can do your thing. The other thing I use too, if it's a smaller piece, is just we'll move it out. Just a regular old kitchen plate. You can wash these after. It's not going to hurt anything. Or you can designate one that you pick up from a thrift store or whatever to do the same thing. And I like these ones for like the smaller projects, so that when you're doing it, you're sealing it, putting your brush stroke on. You can turn it, and you don't have your hands in it. So it's the same idea as the tray, except it's a plate in case you don't have the tray, or you have a smaller item. So that's what I suggest there. Now let's get right into it. I've got what I like to seal my projects with are, okay, now I will put I'm doing this way with it closed so that I don't spill everywhere. I use Varathane Diamond Wood Finish. Yes, it says wood finish, but this stuff here goes on everything. It seals it. It's kind of like a liquid type of plastic type of coating, so it seals really well. Over time, as it cures, the container says that it's food grade. So, like, if you're doing other projects, like, for example, you're, I'm going to keep talking while I get something to open this here. So, like, if you're doing, I don't know, let's say, what am I thinking of there? Canister sets or something like that you're going to put food grade in. You got to wait a lengthy period of time before you can use it for food, you know. I suggest more decorative myself. I don't do a lot of food grade items for that reason. Just saying. But yeah. Now, I'm going to show you something. See, I have the, well, okay, let me move some stuff here. Okay, so I have a ribbon going across there. Yeah, it's all mucky and yucky, but that's okay. That's what its job is. So when I tie one around the can, and when I'm done with it, I seal it, I leave it in there. And I'll show you why. So when using the varnish, I use the brush, you dip it in, and you lean it again. So you're not getting too much, and all the excess goes here, and drips back into the can through the ribbon, you know. And yeah, that's what this stuff is. It's all dried and caked and it's yuck. But it's not fully dried. That's why it's white. When this stuff dries, it dries completely clear and shiny, because I pick gloss finish. But like I said, it goes right back into your container instead of mucking up your can. So when you seal it, you don't have no issues. Halfway through the can or whatever, you can't seal your can anymore. I've had that. So this is a new trick I just learned myself. So again, dip, glide, get that excess off so it's not dripping, you're not making spills, whatever, saving it. And then you go just straight on to your project, which, now that you know that, I'll put this off the side maybe, so it's spilling. Bring that back in. See how I didn't have to pick that up? And all you're going to do is you're just going to brush on. Like, no rhyme, no reason. Brush on like you were base coating in black. You get in every little nook and cranny, and you can go all the way down your project. I'm doing it so you can see me. Wow, is that hard doing it backwards? But cool beans, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now that you get the idea, that's all I'm going to do. And that's all you do. You just varnish it off. And it seals your project in. So, and I like the sealer because it's water resistant, so you can wipe it. I'm not saying fully submerge it. You can after it's been cured for weeks. Like you got to read the directions, but for curing time. But I mean, when things get dusty or dirty or whatever, you can eventually, after it's cured, you can throw it in the sink with soap and water and wipe it down, and it comes clean like your piece was brand new. These items then, after being sealed with this stuff, can also go outside, so you can have outdoor decor on your porch. You can put them in your flower beds. You can put them in your flower pots even. So you can put all these little tchotchkes and cutesy things all over the place as opposed to it just being standard somewhere else. The cool part too about this Varathane is that, say you're tired of this being this color or whatever, you want to change it up. All you have to do is go back to it. There's no sanding involved or nothing. Go back and you just rebase coat. You rebase coat in black and you can start again. Or say after you're done this, you realize, oh my goodness, I forgot a spot. No worries. You can just take out your paint, add it where you missed, and then once that's dry, take out this Varathane and just coat over it. It doesn't show. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't show when you have to correct an item. So that's another benefit of it. It's non-yellowing. So far I have not had any of my paints turn yellow after months, which is great. I love it. No, I'm not a sponsor for the product. I just love the product. I use it on so many things, to seal things, to finish items, wood items, canvases, ceramics, you name it, I seal it with it. So that is, my go-to. And trust me, if you try it, it's probably going to be your go-to too. You know what I mean? But again, you do you, I do me, is the way it is. Yeah. Now, like I said, with this tray, this makes life easy. You just, you're hitting all your spots underneath and around, and you're not getting your hands gucky. Me, that part doesn't bother me, getting my hands gucky. It's more, I don't want my fingerprints on my piece. That just does not look nice in the end result. So, hence why this little trick comes in handy. Or if you have a turntable, like I've seen a few of the YouTubers there that do upcycling and stuff like that. They have turntables. They put them on there and zing. I have one. I have no idea where it went. Somewhere in here. Honestly, don't know. But, in a pinch, these things work, a tray or whatever. Plastic container, lid, whatever you got. Anything that you set it on and turn it around with, woohoo. Bada bing, bada bang. You got a place to do it, Don't make it hard. Do it easy, That's how I feel about that. I'm just trying to hurry up and do one side. We're not going to do both sides because, it's kind of boring and, yeah. You get the drift already, I'm assuming. Like, you just dip in, kind of wring it out, and paint on. You're just painting. You don't even have to go in a direction. You're just putting it on, make sure everything's covered in the crevices, outside of the crevices, all the way around it, in a detail, outside of the detail. You do the whole thing. And then you see how shiny it is. If you like that semi-shine, then you leave it. If you want it a little more glossier, you wait till it dries, just a few minutes, and because it pretty much dries. Like right now, this part's dry. And we didn't do that long ago. So, I mean, it dries fairly quick. That also depends on your environment, too. The hotter the room or whatever, the faster this stuff is going to dry. Same with your liquid acrylics that we were painting with earlier. The warmer your environment, the faster it's going to dry. So, take that into consideration, too. But either way, after it's all done drying, you can put another coat right over it. You can go 2-3 coats. I personally like to do 2. If it's going outside, 3. This way, it gives it an extra protection coating. I find, what do you call it, in, like for the outside, you know, like even though it's UV protected and all that fun stuff, you know, I always like to put that extra little something on there just to make sure that it seals it good. Like I didn't miss a spot or something, because, you know, first go around you could miss a spot. Second round, chances are you're going to hit the spot you missed. Third round, it's a pretty good coverage by that point. You know what I mean? So, you know, use your judgment, you know, do you. But yeah, that's usually the general rule for me. Outdoors 3, indoors 2, you know, this type of thing. And like I said, you can always go back and do it again. Now, okay, this side's pretty much done. So, that's where I'm going to see not shiny. Now I'm going to turn it around. See how it gives it a gloss. Woo! And, haha, I didn't get sticky. And I didn't break it. Woohoo! Okay, so, for video purposes, I am going to tilt it, put my fingers on it, yes. But you see how glossy it is? Versus, where's a piece that's not glossy? We'll put them together. Ta-da! See? Glossy, not glossy. Looks great, you know? So keep that in mind. You can use a sealer on all kinds of projects, not just your ceramics. So keep also that in mind. And I think that's pretty much it for this one. So thanks again, guys, for joining me. I hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Okay, I got my mouse. Oops. Alright. I got it. Bye now.